I've been out the bed before dawn. Hit her knees, said a prayer, now it's on. Wake the kids to their favorite song. Oh man, thinks she does no wrong. She got a brand new lifestyle, made a wrong turn, but she finally got it right now. Standing on a rock, she ain't even gotta fight now. Walking in the light, so her future's looking bright now. I can't forget about you. Time to put in work, you do what you do. Raising your kids so you going to school. Got the word up on your shoulders and you make it look cool. And girl, I'm proud of you. Who knew you had all that side of you? You keep it 100, that's how I ride with you. We gon' live our best life till our time is up. Girl, around the world, want you to know you're beautiful. Oh girl, around the world, let them know you're about to blow, you're about to blow up. She booked and busy, booked and busy. Got plans all over the city. Itinerary make you dizzy. When you see that girl, better know she pretty and gritty. She booked and busy. Got plans all over the city. Itinerary make you dizzy. When you see that girl, better know she pretty and gritty. To grow up, I had to grow up. And once I growed up, I got my know up. Then came to glow up. Now that I glowed up, watch me blow up. Now I can do this with my eyes closed. Tiptoe through the snakes, that's a lot of foes. Walking in God's favor, that's a lot of dough. Say a prayer for my haters, that's a lot of growth. New life, who this? Come around me, better be about your biz. When you come around me, better be about your chill. I survive too much, man, it is what it is. Is you coming or not? Don't need a lot, girl, just bring what you got. We gotta cook while the fire is hot. Time is just beating, and we ain't gon' stop. Girl, around the world, no time to waste. Let's start today. Oh, girl.
Hey y'all, so blooper. I was talking and my mic was muted. Welcome. Only on Minding Your Business Mondays are we keeping those things going. So, hey, mistakes happen. Welcome to another episode of Minding Your Business Mondays. I am your host, Ebony Jones, and I am here to bring you some dope fire entrepreneurs to come and let you know about what is their do, why they got started, what keeps them going, and how they are winning during this whole pandemic. Okay, we have a very special guest coming to us today by the name of Yasmin. I'm going to let her introduce herself, let her tell y'all what it is she do and all the dopeness that comes with her. So without further ado, please welcome Miss Yasmin. How are you, beautiful?
Hi, Ebony. How are
Welcome.
you? Thank you.
I am great. Thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me. This is my first podcast, so I feel super special being here with you right now.
Oh, I'm honored that you chose me to be your first podcast.
You're doing great things.
What is it that you do? Tell the people.
Sure. So I'm an attorney and I represent, so majority of my clients are within the property restoration industry or businesses. So basically, if you're not familiar with this industry, is in the event of a natural disaster or a man-made disaster or an accident, for example, like my house floods because of rain outside or because my piping bursts in the basement, for whatever the reason is, I call a property restoration company and they come in and they do water mitigation, or they restore my house prior to the position it was prior to the flooding that I had, or things of that nature. There's fire, there's flooding, there's storm, hurricanes, tornadoes, anything you can think of. These guys come in all hours of the night and they try to make my home whole again to the, just so I can live in it. I don't want to lose my home. And they're really hardworking individuals. So I represent them. I help them with business growth. I help them with their legal issues. I provide them day-to-day, legal consultation, just anything that I can provide my services to this industry. I do. And I'm always of the mindset, if I can't help you, I'll find someone who can help you, because we can't do it all, right?
We can't do it all because we are truly in this together. And
Yeah.
I think more of us are starting to recognize that you can't serve everyone. I don't think you
Right.
would want to serve everyone.
No.
It's not even humanly
Yeah.
possible to serve everyone. So I love the fact that you said if you can't do it, you will redirect them in the
Absolutely.
direction of someone who can do it. And
Absolutely.
that's what it's all about. That's why I started Minding Your Business Mondays, is to help others, help us all get our stuff out there, help us to be able to service the masses, because we can, and to get our business out there more.
Right.
And to just help. That is the whole thing.
Right.
So love above and beyond is an important thing, in the fact that you are willing to give someone else some business. You're not selfish and said,
Absolutely.
since I can't do it, no one gets to
Yeah.
get it. So that shows that you care.
Well, yeah. And at the end of the day, my client is, let's be real, in a business, our clients, our customers are our bread and butter, right? So if they're going to give me a task I can't handle, well, instead of saying, no, Ebony, I can't do this, it's outside of my expertise, and then just hang you there, you're not going to like that, because I would not like it on a personal level. But I say, Ebony, I don't do this, but let me connect you with XYZ. Their business focuses, let's say, tax. They can help you with your tax questions. Or let's go to this accountant that I have a good relationship with. This way, I'm always will be your middleman, middlewoman. You can rely on me, that you can trust me, that if I don't know something, I will tell you, because that is so key. Telling someone you don't know, or flat out, no, I'm not going to do it. And I learned that the hard way. Saying is a cultural thing as well, that saying no is not always the best thing to say. Like, we have to go out of, in my culture at least, we have to go out of our way to help whoever it is. But I had to learn that no, it just creates a lot more work for me, that on an issue that I just don't know how to help, but I have the resources to refer you to the person with the expertise. And this way you maintain great client relationship. You're building a relationship with that third person, which will be reciprocated. It may take time, but referrals are reciprocated. When they see that, hey, Yasmin is giving me business, they're not after my business and I'm not after their business. It's a mutual relationship. So it's key to say no, but let me help you, Ebony. Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't done this, but Ebony, this person can help you with this. Just keep it simple. Don't complicate it, because if we take on something we're not necessarily an expert, or maybe we don't feel confident in, or it's just frankly, we have no business taking on the matter, right? We do that all the time, right? We have no business doing something, and all we're going to do is do a bad job, not because we're not incapable, it's just we don't know how to do it. Sometimes it will just cost our clients a lot more money because they have to hire someone who does it. And then you just ruin that relationship. It's done and over with.
Yes, because you're trying to go for a trial and error, and it's like somebody already got that down pat.
Yeah.
And business is already difficult as it is. So,
absolutely.
And your expertise in your field, but it still have its challenges. It still have its difficult times. And if you can, spend that energy focusing more on what you are expertise at and building those relationships, then it's easier. It makes your job easier. It makes the customer job easier, because now they don't have to still go and have somebody go behind you, or worry about you turning in late, or not having everything because you are not equipped at the moment to handle that.
Right.
And it helps you lose focus. You lose focus on what your goal is and what your target market is. And it just really helps, because people will refer you down the line. Like, yeah, Yasmin, she didn't take on my case, or she didn't do this, but she did refer me to someone. So when they know that you are expertise in what it is that you do, they will send someone your way.
Absolutely. And the pot just keeps growing. I'm a firm believer that the more you give back, it's going to come back to you. It may not be immediate, but down the line, karma will come back and you're going to benefit from it. I'm not a fan to hold back knowledge. You call me for, let's say, a half an hour consult. I'm not one, but like, oh, you're 5 minutes, two, I'm going to hang up on 30 minutes. It's like, let's talk. Let me figure out your issue. Let's see what it is you need and let's go from there. Like, I'm always open to help. I have to be. I feel like that's what the world needs. Is we're very narrow minded, and it's like, well, it can't be
Yes.
short sighted. I'm trying to build a relationship, and my relationship with all of my clients are long lasting. Every single client I have, like, if the matter is finished, well, they're still a friend. I call them up, we text each other, happy new year's, merry christmas, or whatever religion
I
they have, or culture, reciprocate. Like, I'm originally from Iran, so it was a Persian New Year last week, and I sent a card out to everybody, So it's important to always keep those relationships and always give more than what we're receiving at the time, because it's going to come back. It will come back to us.
I totally agree. A lot of people don't realize that that's really what makes the blessings keep flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving more than what is expected of
Right.
you.
Right.
It always comes back around. It's been many a times where I did a nice gesture, just doing it, not even
Mm-hmm.
thinking nothing of it, not wanting anything in return. And I may run into that person years down the line and they'll be like, I remember XYZ and you did
Mm-hmm.
XYZ. And then it'd be at a time where I probably needed that uplifting, where I felt like maybe I wasn't doing enough, or maybe I'm just in a rut. And whether it's
Mm-hmm.
personal, whether it's business, and that compliment, that reminder that everything you do matters and it makes a difference. It
Absolutely.
makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree with that.
So with that, because you got a heart, I see you got a heart. What
Thanks.
got you started? Like, what was your why? What made you get into being a lawyer for businesses?
Um, so I come from a middle class family, so I have to give a little bit of a personal background to set the scene
Come
here.
with it.
So I was 10 years old. So I was born and raised in Iran, in the Middle East. There is I have 4 other siblings and my parents, so we're a total of 7 members in my family. At the time, I was 10 when my parents decided to pack up and move to Canada. So we all know how it is. You come here with a foreign degree, regardless of what it is. Neither Canada nor US or whatever country you move into doesn't recognize it, right? Unless you go through the credentials within the country you're immigrating to. So then my parents, they had to go in the business of food, fast food, and they opened their pizza location. So it's, downtown Victoria, we have a pizza store, we sell pizza by the slice, delivery, pickup, all of that. So I grew up in the environment of business.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not attorney, it's not law, it's not going to courthouse or any other stuff I do now, but I still had to deal with my customers, right? I still had to, through my dad, we still had to learn how to budget, how to determine food costs, labor costs, the overhead cost, and how to calculate the price of a pizza so that the price of the pizza, let's say $10.99, it's enough profit in there to account for all the overhead.
Yeah.
So all of that kind of like turned into, well, I have the concept of business. I know how it operates. I know what it takes for it to become successful. And I do have a passion for especially family-owned businesses. And I feel like in my field dealing with contractors, there's so many contractors that are like a couple of family members together. Not all of them are multi-million dollars, and that's okay. We all need help at some point. So,
Mhm.
and I got into business, and if I can help another business succeed, I've done my job.
Yeah.
It's like, and people think they come to me, they need to have a problem. Yasmin, I'm getting sued. Yasmin, this guy didn't pay me and I just put new flooring down, or this or that. Not necessarily, because I have so much I've learned, and I've come across so many different resources that I can help you to grow your business, right? So if you be like, Yasmin, I'm stuck. This is what my revenue is. These are my credentials. This is my background. What can I do to grow my business? And because I'm a business attorney, I've seen how my clients grow their business, right? I know the resources are out there. So I'd be like, hey, Ebony, have you looked into an SBM loan? They're lower interest. Or have you thought about getting certified as a minority-owned business, as a woman-owned business, as a Black-owned business, veteran-owned business, all the different categories that are there? And I say that, and why that is important is because governments across the country, both federal and state, they have to budget a portion of their construction, right? I'm just focusing on that. The construction budget for the year, a portion of that has to be allocated for minority owned or one of those category owned contractors. And if there is none, then you go to your big contractor, right?
Yes, yes.
But they're giving out, in a sense, free money, free contracts. All you got to do is submit your application and get certified. So you call me, Yasmin, I need to grow. Well, why? Like, you come from this background, you're a veteran. Why don't you have a certification? You're a woman. Why aren't you certified as a woman? That alone opens up so much new opportunities, especially in today's world that we are becoming more aware of being inclusive.
Yeah.
Including everybody, promoting diversity and all of that in the workforce, in the small business world, in everything. So I think it's just I just don't think of myself as a problem, like a problem solution type of mentality. Don't call me because you got a problem. Do that, but call me if you need to get ideas of what other opportunities are out there too. Because I get it. Like, my parents had to pave the path for themselves. So I've learned along the way. And one of my saying is, if I've been down a path that you are gonna go down right now, I will give you all the information you need, because your path will have so many different roadblocks than mine did.
Yeah.
Because I hate that mentality that I did it the hard way, so you have to do it. Why?
Why? That's what we're here for. We go through it for someone else, to help someone else, to bring someone else up, to make someone else walk their path a little bit easier, at least in that particular area.
Yes.
Because each person going to have their own challenges.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But when you make it through a challenge, and when you push through some things, you have to give that back to the people. Mm-hmm. You have to help someone else do it, so we can continue to do that. And that's how you make the world better. It's not hold it in. Oh my God, I had to go through it the rough way, so everybody got to do it. You got to learn on your own. Now, with that being said, I do understand that some things are going to cost, and you are going to have to charge for some of those things. Yeah. But just as well as you're charging for things, you have to give as well. That's how you continue to get blessed. That's how the cycle goes. You give, you receive. You give, you receive.
Right.
And the reward is so much bigger. Like, I know I feel good when I know that I can help someone lighten their load. You know, save them some time. Something that maybe I wish that I would have had at the time.
Absolutely.
Learning from my trials and errors. With that being said, I want to go back to the get certified as a Black-owned business or a woman-owned business or veterans, whichever category it falls under. Do you help the people fill out the form, or do you know someone that helps with that?
So it depends on the services you need, right? Some people are very hands-on. They'll be like, Yasmin, I did the application. Can you look it over? Sure, why not? I'll help you out. But someone's like, no, I don't have time for this. I don't need the headache. Yasmin, you do everything. Call me when you got questions. So, there you go. You're back.
There you go.
So it all depends on the individual's needs. Because because everyone is different. Everyone's skill set is different. So if you need me to just look over your application, sure. Do you want me to take on the full load of making the applications and continuing with the communications and all that? I'll do that as well. Everyone is different. Everyone's schedule is different as well. So I couldn't create a one type of package that fits everybody, because a small business for someone could be 10,000 a year,
Yeah.
but it could be $1 million for the next person.
Yeah.
Right. So it's hard. And I don't want to in my own way discriminate against the people who are just trying to start, or people who just trying to get it. And they just like, oh my gosh, she's an attorney and her package for like a certificate. This is not my price or anything. She's going to charge me like $3,000 to be certified. I can't afford that. I'm just starting. But if that person is fully capable of doing the process themselves and just wants another pair of eyes on it, sure,
Yeah.
happy to help you improve and, succeed.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So what, if possible, what will be the price range for you to do that? Start the low end, and I don't know if you have a cap or if it's just to help someone with that. So say I needed you to pretty much do the form for me. What price range? And I know it's based off of,
Yeah, that's tough.
but you could do like a minimum to, and you could say an up if you don't have a cap on it.
Yeah. I mean, I just work on an individual basis on these things. Sometimes I've done it for free because I just felt for the person. Sometimes I'm like, you need me to do it. I don't know. I can't really give you a price because I don't want to come across as, oh, it's too expensive or too cheap or whatever. Because it's not fair for the way I operate, in a sense, because I like to learn about you. And
Yeah.
my clients are I keep them close to my heart. I always think about long-term relationships. So you and me and my client must get along. We have to get along. We need to have that energy.
Yes.
It sounds weird,
Yes.
right? It sounds so weird. But if my energy doesn't connect with you, Ebony, it's going to be hard for us to maintain a long-lasting relationship. It just will be.
No, it makes sense. It's a relationship. It's a
Yeah.
relationship, and with any relationship, there has to be matching energy on some level. There has to be room for growth, elevation. There has to be a back and forth of some sort.
Right.
So that totally makes sense, and that makes me tell everyone that every client is not your client,
Exactly.
and that's okay. And you have to know when to say, ma'am, I can't help you, sir. I can't help you for your sanity and for their sanity. Like, let's be real, we all came across or know the customer from hell, and it may not just necessarily be that it's something particular with you. It just, that's not your client. You have people that you're tied to. You have people that is already assigned to you. And we have to be able to say, you know what? I can't take on everybody. You're someone I can't take on.
Yeah.
For whatever the reason is.
Yeah. Just say, I'm sorry, I'm booked, right? Like for my contractors, like, I'm sorry, I'm booked. I can't get to your project, but let me refer you to Ebony's Construction.
Yes.
And then, I mean, if you think sometimes some people don't even need to be referred because you don't wish them on your worst enemy type of thing, right? So
like, you gotta know. It's winging out. It's winging out.
Yeah. But
it's all about winging out.
Refer them out. You are not obligated to take on every single client, because if a client is going to be a headache, then it becomes a liability.
Yeah.
And liability costs money. Costs money either by wasting your time, taking way more of your valuable time, where you could be spending on marketing, on other customers, on dealing with your employees issue, growing your business, whatever it is. But no, you have to spend it with this homeowner who just keeps calling you for nonsense because they just don't understand, or because just some people are like that, right? That's just the nature of some people. We can't deny that, So Don't. It's not going to be worth it. The more time you spend is deducted from your invoice. What is your hourly rate? You have $1,000 project. You spend like 20 hours on this job. How much is it? Deducted from $1,000
Yeah,
contract. How much
yeah,
are you left with? It's
yeah.
not a hard cost, right? It's not the cost of your materials. You can't be like, oh, Home Depot cost me $10 for nails. It's an hourly rate of your worth that you're
Yeah.
putting towards this job. That's important to consider.
Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree. Well, I have to play an ad because it is tax time, y'all, and y'all need to hurry up because I don't know when the deadline is. I know it's April something, but y'all might want to hurry up and get those taxes
Mhm.
filed. And I have one of my few people that I know that does taxes and is really, really well, and their heart is gold. So we're just gonna watch an ad for them. Make sure y'all check them out, and we'll be right back. Hey y'all, we are back with Miss Yasmin, and you just seen a wonderful ad for one of our sponsors. Make sure you give them a call to get all your tax needs done in a reasonable time because tax season is here.
Mhm.
And yeah, y'all better go check them out. Miss Yasmin, how are you? Still good? You still
Oh,
hanging in there
good.
with me?
This is
You
awesome.
comfortable?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's so nice.
Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. So we got to why you got started. Now, if you could tell me maybe one or two trials and tribulations, obstacles that you had to overcome to get to where you are today, what would they be?
Um, and I think everybody will share this. Just not giving up. And that would be the hardest thing for anybody because it's the biggest mental challenge that um, I faced, at least, of not giving up on myself. Because people out there give up on you, right? We got the naysayers, we got the haters, we got the jealous people, and there are within our own community, within our own family, within our own friend circle, our husbands, wives, spouses, all of that. Like, these people exist, and there's no perfect world that we can avoid them. So just remember, if you're focused on something and you're passionate on something, follow it, because all this negative energy will be there whether you have a 9 to 5 job or whether you're trying to do something on your own. You got to do it. You just got to not give up on yourself. It's all in your head, and that's about it. And I think I don't remember who said this, but a runner's mentality is that, like, I used to run, not anymore. I blame the weather, but like, after a few minutes, your legs give up, your bodies give up, depending on how fast of a runner or your tolerance. But it's your mental capacity, is your brain, is your self-talk in your head that is keeping you going. It's not your legs, it's not your body. They want to stop and crawl on the floor back home. But the
Yeah,
stronger you are mentally, the and just not necessarily not caring, but not allowing the negative get into you and bring you down. We all have those. We all have those days. I have all those days, and it's just tough. But you got to remember your focus. Keep on your focus. Write it down, whatever it is. Oh, excuse me. Just remind yourself and keep going. Keep going. You're bound to fail, but failure is a lesson. Every failure, everything you do wrong, you're learning from it, because you can't be perfect. There's
yeah.
no way you can do something perfect.
I love it. I love it. Not giving up on yourself is, I think, a challenge that a lot of us
Mhm.
go through or have went through at some point. Or if you haven't met that challenge yet. It's coming.
No,
Trust
it's
me.
coming. Yeah, and
It's coming.
and is don't be surprised if that challenge comes from the person you trusted the most, and for some reason you're like, whoa, you don't have my back.
Yes.
Wow, I invested. I mean, it could be anybody,
Yes.
anybody out there. And all of a sudden, you've been working your butt off. And then this happens. And it's like, because you had a disagreement or because you expected something different. It could be
Yes.
your boss, it could be your friend, your spouse, your parents, siblings. I don't care who it is. But that will happen. Someone that you thought you can trust. And then you
Yes.
have to look at it as like, wow. And that those are hard to get over. But keep
Those
on going.
are extremely hard. I've experienced that with a few people. And I had to learn that it's not necessary all the time that they don't want to support you. A lot of times they don't know how to support
Mhm.
you. A lot of times we are like maybe the generational curse breaker. So it's the first. A lot of people don't have that positive side or entrepreneur spirit or been around it.
Mhm.
So they don't understand what it takes. It's not always easy. The support is not always there in the way that you feel like it should be there. And I had to learn to not take it personal.
Mhm. Yeah.
People do and respond to how they relate to things. Everyone can't relate to that. If you think about it, maybe you just got started. So you're kind of like forcing yourself to be able to relate to this. You're building these things. And with being a curse breaker, there comes a lot of firsts and a lot of things that
Mhm.
you got to relearn, unlearn.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to walk by yourself. You have to learn how to keep your mental together because even
Absolutely.
before we get to someone else doubting us and putting us down and tell us what we can't do, most of the time we've already convinced ourselves or been battling with ourselves if we can do it or if we can't do it.
Mhm.
So that's why getting in control of that person inside of you, that head, that brain, that mindset of yours is the most important thing because when the world turns you down, when the loved ones that you thought had your back or was going to support you that may not support you or may not be able to support you in the way that you need to support or don't know how to support you, when that part fails, you need to be strong enough to say, no matter what, I got this. No matter what, I'm going to push through. And y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, the shit is hard.
Oh God, isn't it?
Freaking hard. Like
It's
some
hard.
days you be like, I'm gliding past it, I'm running past it, it's smooth, it's easy. I'm on up here. I got this energy, this positive energy. Then the next minute, the next day, next month, next year, you like, what the hell? Should I just quit? Is it really worth it?
Mhm.
Because it's a lot that comes with it. But I just want y'all to know one thing. I want y'all to look at the bottom of the screen. It's going to be some words that's going to come across it. I want y'all to read those words, and instead of you, I want you to take out the word you, and I want you to say I. And we are going to say this together because I need y'all to know this and to understand this. Take a look at the bottom of the screen. I need y'all to know this. I need you to know that you got this. I need you to know that no matter what you're going through, well, no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're going to face in the future, you got this. You are equipped to overcome everything that comes your way is there to build you, to make you stronger, to give you that perseverance, and to show someone else that they got this too. They can do it. If you can make it through this, you can too. You can do this. So together, we're gonna on a count of three, we're gonna say, I got this. One, two, three. I got
I
this.
got
Now I need y'all to say it one more time, but this time I need you to feel it in your soul. I need to come from the bottom of your soul and come all the way out. I need you to go to the ancestors. I need you to gather this energy from everyone. I need you to say it with confidence. Even if you don't believe it, even if you are crying right now because you about ready to throw in that towel, I am here to tell you this is your sign to stop that and to understand that you got this through the tears, through the fight, through the scratches, through the bruises, through everything. You got this. So on the count of three, we're gonna say this together because we believe it. One, two, three. I
I
got
got it.
this. Yes, you got this. You got this. You got this. And if you think you don't got this, you need to find me. You need to inbox me. You need to comment below so we can send some loving and positive energy. And I did not mean to click on that, y'all. Don't pay attention to that part. But I need y'all to know that you got this. If you would like to be on Minding Your Business Mondays, please send all your inquiries to info@nybm35.com. And please leave me your name, your number, your email address. You could just put NYBM in the subject line so we know what it's about and we can get you on the show as well. Miss Yasmin, tell us how you're still winning. Like, what did you have to pivot? What did you have to do different during COVID? Like, what did COVID teach you? And how are you still winning during this time?
Um, COVID. So I have a 3-year-old, and during COVID, she was 2. So I had to be able to navigate. I mean, my husband helps out a lot, but being an attorney, everything for me shut down, and everything was via Zoom. So I closed down my office as well because I didn't want to take in-person clients. So everything I did was from my home office. Having the 2-year-old home was challenging. So I can't even comprehend how some of these parents were able to do it, because mine was 2, she was still napped, but if you had one that is like school age and they had to help, they self-schooling basically, and all these technology new things, so it was tough for me, and I can't imagine what other people went through with different circumstances. But for me is I reached out to my clients because they are in the property restoration industry, and there was a lot of avenues with respect to COVID and things that my clients were able to support their customers. So I was still able to reach out to my clients and be like, hey, don't forget me, I'm still here. Like, this is like an unprecedented time. You really need to protect yourself because
Yes.
we lived in an unknown. Like, liability was unknown. From what I've heard, like, a lot of small businesses got basically screwed over by their insurance companies because COVID or a pandemic was not covered under the policy. So they
Mm,
couldn't recover loss of use, or
mm,
because they shut down, right? A restaurant shuts down, they lose their business, but their insurance would deny it because a pandemic or COVID was not part of the policy.
mm.
So it was hard. It was hard for me to navigate through that. A lot of my customers weren't able to operate, and if they're not making money, then they don't need me per se. But some
Yeah,
of them were. But it was all about reaching out and then going back to maintaining those relationships, keeping
yeah,
those long-term relationships. That if you pick up the phone and you call someone, they're gonna answer,
yes,
right? If it's
yeah.
gonna go to
That makes
voicemail,
a difference.
they're calling
That makes a
back,
difference.
right?
Yes.
If I call them, a lot of them, like we all do, we have that auto reply. Can I call you back? Right? It says a
Come on.
text to me. I say, sure, call me back. They will call you back because they
Yes,
send you that text and they receive my reply that, hey, don't
yes,
forget. So COVID was hard. Like, it really did, but it changed. It is actually, I should say this, it reassured my principle or my mentality that being picky with my clients is so important, because
yes.
I think when I first started on my own, I reached out to different attorneys to get advice, to be mentored, and listen, I've been turned down, I think, more than anybody out there. Every single law firm in the state of Michigan probably has my resume somewhere down in their system.
Mm,
But you got to do it. If one doesn't work, you go another way. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for every single rejection, because
yes,
I wouldn't where I am today without them. If someone was going to give me a job, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you. But when I spoke to these attorneys, I'm like, listen, I want to be picky. I don't want to just accept anybody. They're like,
yes.
Yasmin, you're
You have
crazy.
more value.
Like,
You have more value.
you're starting your law firm and you're not going to take any case that comes through your door. I'm like, it's not the case, it's the person.
Yes,
And I don't think I received maybe one, but it was like everybody was like, holy cow, you're nuts, woman. Don't do that. But then with COVID, that just reassured. that what I was doing, my principles and believing in myself and how I wanted my relationship with my clients to be, what I wanted in those relationships was important because now I had a support system. I'm an attorney, no longer with a physical office. I can't go to court. Everything is via computer. And what am I going to do? I can't network. So I had a support system, reached out to all of them, be like, hey, you guys need to revamp your contracts, which they did, right? They need a new set of contracts for the issues that arose out of COVID. Here I was, right? So it just those things. Yeah, COVID affects us, or other issues like down south. It's always a hurricane. They always have hurricanes almost every single year. They have storms, but it affects us in a negative way. But once you set yourself proper, once you have gained the trust by doing good work, by being honest, it will reciprocate. It will. And when something as bad as COVID hits, then you can have an avenue like, hey, we need to revamp your contracts. And no one will say no to you. Nobody said no to me because they needed their contracts redone. And from a liability perspective, right? They're dealing with COVID. It's killing people on a daily basis.
Yeah.
They couldn't say no, right? So it's important to keep that in mind. It's like your relationships will pay up.
And knowing where to pivot, knowing when you have to pivot. But again, one thing that you kept was believing in yourself. Believing in yourself, because our minds create our reality. When we go through trials and tribulations, if we keep reliving that trial and tribulation, we keep rehashing that mistake, we're going to keep putting those out there. And all we're telling the universe is, hey, bring me more pain. Hey, no, I don't have enough money. Keep bringing me, I don't have enough money. Keep making sure that you bring situations to show I don't have money. But when you switch that and you say, there's no other option. I can't not work. I got to figure this out. I made the choice to start a business. I have to make it work. So let me revamp. Let me rethink some things through. What is important now? What are people facing? Okay, let me build something around that. Let me bring that out more. Maybe that was a service that I offered or that I should be offering that I have not been offering. So one thing about COVID, it did, as sorry for the losses. I can't take away from that. I can't take away from the devastation that it has caused. But with everything, we have to find the positive out of everything. So with COVID, I will say it taught us to learn how to pivot. If you didn't know how to pivot before, COVID taught you how to pivot. It taught you how to pivot. It taught you how to use your imagination. I want to say COVID woke up a lot of people. It made a lot of people start believing in themselves. It made people have to do something different than what they were used to. It did give a lot of people a break. A lot of people a break. I know people was talking about the unemployment, how people just want to sit around and just get money, but it created a break that a lot of people, a lot of Americans, they don't get that break. They don't get that break, because let's be real, it's hard to make it out here, and jobs are not just paying what you work. They're not paying what you work. They're never going to pay you what you work. No. But a lot of jobs, $10, $15, like when stuff started going up to $15, people was excited, and it's like, yes, it should be going up, but let's speak realistically. If we had to just depend on that one $15 job, we won't be able to do it.
Right.
So COVID did wake up a lot of people and say, hey, you got this talent inside of you. You got this gift inside of you. Bring it out. Utilize it. Take this time to get a break, to get a reset. And hey, soon you got to get back to it. But now when you get back to it, you have a different mindset.
Absolutely.
And COVID, I done met a lot of nice, dope people because of how we had to maneuver through COVID. So with everything that comes about, find the good in it. Lean on the good. Hold on to the good, and let that be what gets you out of that dark situation, that bad situation. That business is not doing the greatest right now. Maybe you're just starting off, or maybe you've been in business for some years and made some mistakes and made some stupid mistakes. And now you're trying to revamp or get back on the road. I dyed my hair, y'all, because I was going through a little funk where I'm like, I know what to do. I'm kind of overwhelmed, and I need to just try something new.
Mhm.
So for me, it was a new hair color to give me that different attitude. Like, hey, okay, look, snap back. But like we all have our moments, but snap back because you ain't got no choice but to win. You have to win. There's no other
Yeah.
option. So you got to figure out how you're gonna win and bring people around you that can help you win, that is willing to pour into you as well as you're willing to pour into them.
Yes,
That makes a difference.
it does.
Relationships make a difference. It really does. With that being said, what is your social media handles? How can people reach you? Do they
Oh,
just stalk you, come to your office, or you said
yeah.
you close the office? What do they do? They gotta look at you up on the yellow pages or
No.
something?
No, honestly, um, give me a call. I'll share my phone number. I'll share my email, my website. Oh, you have it already.
I
There
don't
you
have
go.
the number on there because I didn't know if that was a personal, or
No,
if
it's
that was
my.
for the
Oh,
world.
I can give you my business number too. I'm honestly, call me. All the worst thing will be that I don't pick up. It will go to my voicemail, and I'll give you my personal business number too. So it's not going through my secretary or anything. Um, and I'll return your call. Like say, hey, I watched you on the Ebony show. Like, I heard you said this. Can we chat? Yeah, let's chat. Want to go for lunch? Yeah, let's go for lunch. Like, get me out of the house.
Yes, set me free.
So it's I will always respond, and I will make myself as available as I can. And a lot of times I'll shoot you a text, be like, hey Ebony, I can't talk to you today or tomorrow, but I'll reach out to you in 3 days or so. So I'll always keep communicating with you, so I'm not ignoring you, because it's
That's
it's been,
important.
it's been done to me. It's like I send and I deal with especially when you start off, like for me it was like attorneys, right? I'm dealing with professionals. They have this many years of experience and this many years of education. They're on that club and they do this and blah blah blah. And then I like send emails out and no one responds to you. It's like, I know you see my emails.
I know
I
you
know
seen it. You opened it. I seen you see
it.
it.
It's like you just don't want to take a minute to just frankly say no. Just say no, I'm not up to this. I'm not interested. That's the
Simple
part.
no.
Ugh,
Simple
that's
no.
the part that just drives me crazy. But I won't do that to you. I may not be available immediately, but I will always respond. So you can reach me at whitmer@whitmerlaw.com. You can reach me at 248-671-4482. That's my my business number. You can reach me at that. And then my law firm web address is whitmerlaw.com. You can go there. And I'm also on LinkedIn under Yasmin Whitmer. There's no one else with the Yasmin Whitmer name. So you can connect with me however you like, reach out. And just one more plug, but I think it's important for contractors. Construction liens, like I can help you guys a lot. Construction liens are like my go-to. I love them. So I've done plenty of them. I've worked with them. I've defended them. So let me know if you have questions about construction liens or the process and all that, because I think that's key for any contractor to secure their payment. And I didn't mention that previously, so sorry, Ebony. But
No, no. Look, come out. If you miss a key, come back to it because either way it goes, we gonna need this information. So no need to
yeah,
be sorry.
just reach out anytime. All you gotta say, hey, I saw you on the Minding Your Business podcast. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's connect. Let's see what's going on. How can I help you? It's not about money. Never is. Relationships are not about money. It's about building the relationship and
Yes,
then building off of that.
yes, yes, yes. So with that being said, I cannot let you out of here without giving us a nugget. You gave us a few nuggets, but if you could give us a nugget or two to any up and coming entrepreneur, any entrepreneur that's maybe struggling right now, or maybe just on the fence, like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, if I should keep going, what should I do? What's the advice you will give them?
Um, well, that giving up is always the easiest path, right? You can give up. So if you're really in a funk and you think you want to give up, and this is someone else's practice, right? I didn't do this, but I think it will go well here. On a piece of paper, write down, if I haven't done XYZ, whatever it is, by January 1st, 2023, I'm shutting down. That's it. Give yourself a deadline. Don't stress about it.
Mm.
Give yourself a deadline, but you got to put your 100% into it.
That part. That's the part right there.
Yeah. And my 100% is different than yours, Ebony. I may look at you and be like, I can never do that. But because you're not me, you're not my 100. My 100% is not the same level as yours or as anybody else's. So don't compare that Yasmin is doing all of that and I'm not there. No, we're different levels. So write it down. Ready to give up? I mean, let me be very, very frank. That's how I am. Either do something about it or stop bitching about it.
Ooh,
you can't have it both ways. Right?
Yes. Like we have our moments, and that's one thing. You have to let that moment be that moment. I'm not telling you all to just walk around positive all day, every day. Trust me, I'm like probably one of the most positive people. But I have my moments and I have my times too. But that's what they are. Moments. They're not a whole day. I'm not gonna let it ruin my whole day. I'm not gonna let it ruin my whole week, month, year, or whatnot. You say what you gotta say about it. You cry it off if you need to. If you need to make them ugly cries, do the ugly cry. But after you're done, it is what it is. You're either gonna do something about it and get it together, or you're not.
Yeah.
But you can't keep complaining about it. Like
No.
you gotta push through it. You gotta fight through it. And I tell people to focus on the good. Say all the things that you want.
Yep.
So, hey, you may not believe that you're strong and you're capable of doing this, but instead of saying, oh, I can't do this. Oh, my God, it's so hard. I'm strong. I got this. I can do it. I don't just tell y'all to say, I got this. Y'all got this. I tell myself, I'll be like, oh, I got this. I got this. I have no choice. My favorite thing is I have no fucking choice. It has no fucking choice. That's it.
Yep. And
that's it.
That's it. Like, why spend your energy like being in a funk? We're entitled to our funk, but if you are miserable where you are, then make it change, right? If you don't like to be an entrepreneur, that's okay. No one will fault you for that. In fact, on your resume, they're gonna look like, holy cow, Yasmin, she went on her own. She had her own law firm for 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it's gonna be, right? I'm out like 8 years, but like, now she wants to go in-house. Why, Yasmin? The first question in an interview, why are you giving up your own law firm and you want to come work for someone else? It could be a million reasons, right? Like, I need more financial stability. Like, I got something just happened. Or that I'm tired of running a business. It's hard. I just want the steady paycheck and go home at 5. That's it.
And some people need that, like entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I know y'all, it seems like a trend right now, and it seems like the hottest thing to do, and it's just everyone's winning. And listen here.
That's on social media. No one is like
behind the scenes. It's rough. Behind the scenes, it's tough. Behind the scenes, we're going through battles that you don't know we're going through, and we're pushing through some things that we didn't even know we were gonna have to come up against. Like, you'd be surprised the stuff that you have to deal with. And that's just eternally, some things that you'll have to deal with. But entrepreneurship is not for everybody, and it's okay. Like, I need people that's gonna work for me. Like, I plan on getting to the point where I need to hire people. Like, and all these other businesses, we need people to hire. Like, some people, it's just in them to like, look, I don't want to have to worry about. That's why some people don't buy homes, because you know what? If I rent, guess what? I know somebody's gonna have to come fix this. I just gotta pay them the amount, and they're gonna come do this. Some people need that peace of mind, that ease. I'm gonna come to work. I'm gonna work these amount of hours. I'm gonna get XYZ dollars, and that's that. I don't have to be up late while everybody's sleeping, trying to put in budgets and trying to figure out how much money I need and the overhead and all these behind the scenes things. It's okay.
It's absolutely okay.
It's okay.
There's no right way of living your own life.
It's your story to write.
I can go on and off another podcast about the challenges of a mom. I would say it was nothing was as hard of being in business and becoming a mom. I've never faced that. And I have a husband, I'm happily married. I mean, two income households. So I'm not even talking about those level of challenges that some other
Yeah.
people's face. It's like that's for another episode, because I would really, I think as women we need to talk about that,
I agree. I
right?
agree. We're
And
gonna
I
have to
don't,
we're gonna
yeah,
have a women's panel. One of the episodes is gonna be women in business, and that's gonna be we're gonna
if
bring a couple people on, and we're going to talk because I think there's like a misconception
oh,
of
so I don't want to
being in
even,
business as being a woman. Like it's a whole different
yeah,
challenge.
so
Like it's a whole different challenge, and until you go through it for the first time, you don't know how bad or
right,
how good it really is because it's a challenge. It's a
yes,
challenge. We're
yeah,
gonna have to talk.
and
We're gonna have to have a girl time, tea time,
yeah, for
something
sure.
because
It's like if no one wants, if somebody is watching this video, right, and you're a woman and you are going through something, call me. Just please call me. Like I have yesterday, I called somebody found me through someone else, and they're going through a domestic violence situation and they want to get divorced. I have no business in that type of legal practice. But what did I do? Spend is for the past 3 days, I've been on the phone, found shelters, found
um,
attorneys, found resources. That's what I mean. Like, I'm your resource. Let me help you guys. If there is a woman, I don't care what age, what color, any of that. I know the challenges because all of our challenges are similar yet
yes,
different.
yes,
Let me talk you off the ledge. Let me
yes.
provide you with some advice, because there have been a few that have done that with me and for me, and I always want to reciprocate because it's always about passing it forward, right? So that's what I want to, like, that's so important for whoever is watching this. Like, please, like, keep me in mind when you're in a funk, because get out of it, we'll do this together.
We got this. We are in this together. I don't say this just to say it's not something cool to say. I really mean we are in this
Mhm.
together. We are in this together.
Yeah, the pie
So
is big enough. Whatever industry you're in, the pie is big enough for everybody to take a piece.
yes.
It
I
is.
promise you it is. It's not going nowhere.
Yeah, it's not.
That's why we got Walmart's, Target,
Mhm,
Sam's Club, gas
mhm.
stations, Family Dollars.
Yep,
Everybody's selling what? The same thing.
the same thing,
'Cause
different price range.
it's amazing. We gonna that's another topic
Yeah.
too.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Yasmin. It's so amazing having you.
Thank you.
Like this was really, really dope. We're gonna have to have like a tea time or something where we could just chat because it's so easy to talk to you. It just
Oh, thank
flows
you.
so
Same.
smoothly.
Appreciate
Um,
that.
do you have any last words? Anything else that you want the people to know before we let you go?
And this is the sticky I have on my desk here, right? I'll show you guys in my really bad handwriting, right? It says, let me see. I no longer pour into cups that do not pour into mine. Family, friends,
Ooh,
or associates, right?
ooh,
That's it.
ooh.
It's on my desk right here. It's a sticky that sits right here, and I read it. Every time I glance to pick up a phone, a pen, it's right there.
I
That's
love
it.
it.
Gotta get your mentality in order, and gotta be aware of what cup and whose cup you're pouring into your energy into. I'm not
Yes,
saying that, Ebony, if you and I like don't get along or this podcast didn't go well, that I'm done. Like our cups are not matching. It's
yeah,
not about that. It's not create burning bridges. It's not about creating hateful relationship. It's about being aware of building relationships that help you emotionally, personally, professionally. Every person brings something else to the table. Just
yes,
make sure that you set your boundaries.
yes. That's important. That's
Set
very
your boundaries.
important. Set
Yeah.
them boundaries, y'all, because we
Put
are
a lid
setting
on your cup.
boundaries.
Put a lid on your cup.
'Cause
Okay.
we don't wanna pour into a cup that has a hole at the bottom and you're just pouring and pouring and pouring and wondering why it's never filling up
Yeah.
because guess what? It's a hole right there. But if you pour into a cup that does not have a hole and you keep on pouring, guess what? It's going to overflow.
Yeah.
So that means you can take another cup, put your cup under there and catch that and tell somebody else to put their cup up under there. And the more it pours, the more it keeps overflowing.
Yeah.
So be mindful of where you're sending your energy. What are you giving your energy to? Be mindful of that. That makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference, y'all. I just want to say thank y'all again for watching. If you would like to sow into the dream, if you say, hey, I support the movement, hey, I want to help you elevate, and you would like to support, I am accepting cash app donations at the $ and Peacefully Made. Also, I do have Zelle and all those other things. If you would like to do that, just let me know. I'm not really a big fan of asking for money or whatever, but I understand some people want to help out to grow
all
it.
They say is no. That's it, right?
That's it. You could just say no.
They say no, or they, like my case, they just ignore me.
Yeah, I don't want y'all to ignore me. Don't ignore me. Just say nah.
Just ignore. No,
look,
but
and I'm past the part. I used to be afraid to ask, like for my mother when I was little. I don't like the word no. I'm sure a lot of us don't like the word no, but like I really will avoid asking a question if I think it's a possibility that you may tell me no. That used to be me. Like, I'm not asking. I'll go ask my mom, like, Mom, do we have any bottles that I could take to the store? No, we don't have no bottles to take to the store. And I really need $1, but I don't want her to tell me no. I don't want to hear it. So I'm going to see this. And hopefully, if she got it, she may offer it. And at least I don't have to hear the word no. Which is, but it's okay for the word no. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay to hear the word no. Actually, I look forward to no's because I know those no's are bringing me closer to my yes. Just know all the no's are bringing you closer to your yes. If you knew that you had to get through 100 no's to get to your one yes that was going to change your life at 101, would you quit? Or would you keep asking and go ahead and go for those no's? Would you be looking forward to those no's? Like, all right, that's 10 no's. Let's keep going. Would you?
Vice versa, Ebony. You got to give your 99 no's to find your yes.
Oh, yes.
So it's not always all the no's that you're going to receiving. It's the no's you got to give out. Because
I've learned that too.
You don't want to waste your time. You don't have time. We never get time back.
So that's the most expensive thing that we cannot get back. Yep. You can't pay for it, y'all. Unfortunately, we can't say, hey, I got $1 million. How much more time can I get for this $1 million, y'all? Your time is your time. So do what you're supposed to do with your time. Make a difference with your time and help someone. Mm-hmm. Help someone. If you know someone that would like to be on Minding Your Business Mondays, please DM me, or you can also send an email at info@mybm35.com, or you can hit my personal email at mybm35@gmail. I love y'all. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and know that we are in this together. The song that you heard earlier today, my intro song, is from Rosemary Bay. I want y'all to know that y'all got this, and this is your year. This is your year. This is my year. This is your year. This is our year. Let's make it great. And let's vibe out to Booked and Busy, because in 2022 and every year around afterwards, we're going to be booked and busy. So we're going to listen to Rosemary Bay. I love you. Yasmin, if you want to just stick around and listen, you can. Thank you again for coming on the show and being a wonderful guest and giving us some dope nuggets, y'all. Like some dope nuggets. I'm trying to tell y'all. I love it here. I love it here, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. And guess what? Let's vibe out, because we're booked and we're busy. And it's our year.
It's that time again, yes, a new one. They about to make a bunch of resolutions, but tell me, is that really a solution? If you ain't about to change the things you're doing, well, okay, you can have it your way. It's for me and mine. We'll take the time, stop when we're doing and pray. way. We heard the word, we seek converse and what you gotta say. We make the plans and seek the man, ain't got no time to play. Hey, shit, I'm in it to win it. See, I know this thing a marathon when they tryna sprint it. And if you got something to say, well, if you want, you can get it. Taking Tara to the nations, I'll be back in a minute. And we this about to be my year, this about to be my year, this my year, this about to be my year, this about to be my year, my year, my year. I already made that clear, ain't gotta have no fear. It's my year, it's about to be my year, it's about to be my year, my year, my year. We got the strap on deck, set your notice, tell your mans and then we got next. No hesitating, consecrating till it ain't nothing left. I'm quoting verses, breaking curses while I'm stepping on it. Hey, if you're scared, then stay in the house. But if you see a real one, then point it out. Let the world know what you about. Ain't no playing what you're saying, time you run it out. This about to be my year, this about to be my year, this my year, this about to be my year, this about to be my year, my year, my year. I already made that clear, ain't gotta have no fear. It's my year, it's about to be my year, it's about to be my year, my year, my year. My year, my year, my year, my year.
Yeah.
My year, my year.
Gabriel.
My year, my year.
January 1, we make the changes, all facts. Say you say that every year like we already know that. No depression, no anxiety, we act like Prozac. And we do just like the NFL and keep it no cap, we won't play. This my year to leave my past with no traces all day. I'ma say the things I know they won't say, but show grace. I'ma preach it till I know they know faith do all things. Through my savior, cause this year it all changed. We official, grab your whistles while we travel doing missions. Stay efficient in our vision, cause I'm changing my position. Say I'm different, that's convincing. See, I knew you paid attention. They like Pippin, how they all get so defensive. See, I made up in my mind that I'm gon' walk into the promise. Devil told me throw the towel like he been talking to Adonis. Stay astonished, but it won't be for the likes or for the comments. It'll be all for his glory that this purpose is accomplished, yeah.
I'm pushing to the limit, not stopping till we finish. And I'm in it to win it, yeah. Stopping till we finish. You know it's my time to shine. You know it's my time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Time to shine. And you gon' get yours. And I'm gon' get mine. And now I get mine, yeah. It's my time right now. It's my time. It's my time right now.